Yeah, and it's gonna like you have to commit for South Built to jump on top of him, and if you do so, he turns, drops Ravage, and
SpaghettiOs, yeah.
yeah, Spaghetti. I was kind of hoping to see the Mars with the Dark Willow. Maybe we'll see a Fearless Puck potentially. Banned up. Never mind. We won't see the Fearless Puck with the Dark Willow. So I'm looking to see your facial reaction after that picked up, but it wasn't. I didn't get much.
No, it was just more of a close of the eyes, like, really? Really? This is what we're going to do here? I mean, it can be annoying for sure, but, like, what are you actually doing against this Tide Hunter super early on? You know? You've got terrible right-click damage. You don't scale that well. It's going pretty heavy in onto the magic damage, and, you know, I suppose you can still do damage into the Dark Willow, even when she's in the Shadow Realm. But Tidehunter's just going to be able to build a hood and be just fine. Abaddon doesn't care, and he can get people out of your combos.
Yeah, my issue is exactly what you just said. Now you've got two your two stuns that you rely on are going to get purged off by the Abaddon or the Kraken Shell Tide. So unless you get the Sharpshooter to break the Tide, then of course that's something you got to keep in mind. They need an AoE stun that the Aphotic Shield is not going to deal with. Something like a Faceless Void, which I was thinking of. Now into the Monkey King. It's Monkey can come online a little bit early depending on the item build.
10 seconds remaining.
Good way to chase down that Hoodwink as well by getting into the... Much better. That's what I was thinking instead of something like that Hoodwink. Maybe just wanting to see what the carry matchup was first. I like the Viper.
Where are they playing the Viper though? Because do you want to... Were you liking the Viper for the Monkey King lane or just overall for the break this game?
Just overall, honestly. It might be one of these games where even you're playing your mid laner as the core that's going to try and carry the game for you. Put that Viper in the safe lane, make Tide have a bit of a rougher time.
Dire team back.
They're actually still thinking that it's the safe lane core that's still yet to come between the Faceless Void and the Morphling bands. That's how I'd do it. I'd go a TA here.
For
10
South Build?
Remaining.
Yeah.
Yeah, we saw Neon play pretty well with the Templar Assassin as your win condition. I'd just be a bit worried that it's in the 23rd pick.
Sure. Yeah, I suppose. But they got rid of the Batrider. They've got the Viper themselves. What else have they got left? You know, like a Venomancer to really deal. I guess Ember Spirit as well.
Razor's always been the big counter, I think.
Yeah.
But I'd he'd need a BKB to...
Razor.
I meant South Build picks the Razor.
Yeah. You mean Motivate picks the Razor, yeah, against South Build if they went down that way.
No, I meant South Build picks the Razor. We weren't speaking about the TA count. I was saying Razor was going to get picked up.
Of course, yeah, no, I get that, sure.
10 seconds.
I mean, how are you going to scale? That's my one concern. Are they just going hard into, we're South Built, we win the laning stage? Is that it?
I'm okay with that, I believe, because I think Motivate often, if you lose the lane against a team like Motivate and you're not on the same caliber, it's fair to say, then you might just get ran over. So if you double down on the lanes, you don't have a win condition though, so you still might just get outmaneuvered. It is a great Razor game though. Like, they don't have a lot of control on Motivate. The lane versus Tide's phenomenal. Against the Monkey King, you deal with a lot of his damage. But it's a Fearless Storm to end the night.
Played pretty well in the previous Storm game. Okay. Good against Tide in lane. Viper against Storm. Still pretty decent. You're going to have something to do with the Kraken Shell. You're going to have two things that are going to be able to lock down the Monkey King and hinder his effectiveness. I mean, this game's pretty heavily on Fearless for Motivate. He's going to want to go in first. making sure he's avoiding that Sand King and Mirana combination, trying to get an early use out of that static link. Just try and take a lot of the attention away, zip around everywhere. Even hell, if he could dodge out the poison and the Viper Strike, that'd be good. But I think Marb's just going to be saving that one for Jackie. Yeah, that's such a woeful cosmetic. I hate it. I hate it so much.
Which one, sorry?
The Fearless.
Oh, that's right. Yeah. Oh my god.
I do love the Monkey King cosmetic though. Is that the Arcana?
Is it immortal? Has he got an? I don't think he has an Arcana, right? I thought it was immortal. Hang on, now I'm confused.
When he was originally released, didn't he have an Arcana?
Oh, we're about to find it.
Anyway, it reminds me of. Have you ever played Dynasty Warriors?
It's the immortal, yeah. Dynasty Warriors. No, I've not.
Okay, it's basically. Do you know about Hyrule Warriors that was on the Switch pretty recently?
No, but tell me about it, because I'm all about new
It's just
Switch
a giant
games.
hack and slash, basically.
Ah.
So you're this incredibly strong person, and you just face up against hordes and hordes of people in kind of like a third person over the shoulder kind of thing, and then you build up your super bar, and then you can use it to like launch against tons of enemies at the one time, and everyone just goes flying. But essentially, this Monkey King looks like Lu Bu from Dynasty Warriors, which is one of the most fearsome enemies in any video game of all time. He was just way too strong for how early into the game you face up against him. Even on like normal difficulty, he's a beast. The two little horns coming out of his head, or whatever you want to call them, they're kind of iconic to Lu Bu. Dynasty Warriors, it's for those that don't know, it's a version of the Romance of the Three Kingdoms, which is like Chinese history between Wei, Wu, and Shu kingdoms. It becomes very palatable to find out a bit more about Chinese history and like the battles that came along at like Hulao Gate and this crazy kind of stuff. They're actually going to find out Lion Axe here going a little deep against the pretty heavy stun lineup coming through. So good start for South Build. I'm seeing a bar dropping kind of low. What are you doing here?
That you're happy to get first blood, but a Bart losing his life when you know you've got your team on the opposite side of the map is not a very good start. Is there a cuter courier than this little turtle as well? Look at the way he struts.
Oh, he is pretty cute.
What's the
He's
name?
even got blinking animation. Aw.
How would you pronounce that name?
Hyunmu.
That was...
Oh, it's a Korean one. That's kind of cool. This is earned and upgraded by playing Dota using a Nexon account at a PC Bang, which is a net cafe in South Korea. I was actually there when Nexon were kind of still supporting Dota, and I wanted to get a few of these sets, but for whatever reason, I just couldn't. Maybe I was a month or so too late, and I'm kind of kicking myself. There's a cool Clockwork one called like the Iron Clock Knight, which now is worth like $200, but I didn't get it.
God damn it. All that cash dollars you could have got from selling it.
No, I would have kept it.
You would have kept it? Banging
Just
stuff?
for the flex, you know?
Yeah.
I play a fair amount of Clockwork, and kind of like... I've already told you about my saltiness about the new newbie courier, right? The shitty wizard.
Maybe? What, the newbie courier? How new is it?
Yeah, when you do the tutorial, you get it as one of your rewards.
Oh,
it's like,
okay, sorry. You mean... Okay, I thought of the unspoken
no, not newbie.
disgrace of newbie. Okay. No, I get you now. Yeah. I know what you're talking about, yeah. How it wasn't...
Yeah, so Dolfrat and Roshinant is what that crew was called, and you could only get it from a shirt that you bought at around TI2 time. And then they just gave it to everyone who completes the tutorial. I'm like, how am I supposed to flex now? Oh, very angry. They're gonna chase down Masaros here. Abad has a decent amount stolen. Will they be able to get the jukes happening? No, they won't.
I was actually just very much enjoying watching Jackie some cube. Still actually might fall and he will. But I was very much enjoying watching Jackie last hit under a T2 tower and not miss a last hit at all. You know how hard it is to last hit under a T2 tower right now? 2 minutes into the game?
Pretty damn hard. Did he do any like plays where he was dropping Quelling Blade or anything like that?
No, he did boundless one into a right click, but it doesn't seem like we get as many Quelling Blade drops anymore. I wonder if it's because the change to the tower variant.
Yeah, maybe. Or just the cooldown when you do eventually pick things up again, maybe? I don't know.
Jackie currently having a very good start here in this lane, but you know, in the draft, we're saying that South Builder, they're all in the lanes here. You've got the Razor tired matchup, you've got the Viper who's quite the lane dominator, and this is where Fearless is. He's already playing the jungle. A very early bottle picked up. I would like to see Radiant actually put a little bit more priority on trying to shut down this Storm Spirit, like maybe block the small camp, potentially block the hard camp at the triangle as well.
Nicely done there by Masteros. He almost got chased down with the static link. Now at level 2, and was good individual play coming out from a Bard as well to move in between the brambles, but they tried for the Acorn shot into the bushwhack. Masteros turns around and immediately quells it.
And they're actually doing a lot of damage on a Bard. Shadow Realm will not be enough. I really like what Fearless just did as well. He made his stack at the Ancients. You know, he's playing around that triangle and he's just sacrificing a little bit of his time because you know the Tide's also having a really rough lane. So he's going to need a little bit of catch up when he can farm that Ancients, as we'll see. He might die again. Zenki, it's now solely going to be up to the Hoodwink to be able to output the last remaining damage to kill off the Tide. And oh, unfortunately, I don't think he's going to be able. And in fact, Zenki's actually going to be pretty careful. Got another round of the bushwhack or Acorn shot, whichever one he wants to use to get back to safety, and it will be the stun.
Keep on chasing? No, not going to be the case. I mean, you might say that Fearless is being a little selfless by doing that for him. I think he just wants to get the hell out of this Viper lane as well, so. At least until he's level 6. I wonder, like, when you think about it, the Hoodwink and the, sorry, not the Hoodwink, the Dark Willow and the Monkey King are kind of counterintuitive. You know, you don't want to fear people out of the Wukong's command, but if somehow Jackie can, are they going to get a kill here onto Enryu?
Have they also swapped the roles? I just saw this now. Enryu is not dead. Because the Mirana's got double Wraith Band with a Treads, Maelstrom, and a Diffusal Blade queued up.
And 13 last hits, don't forget about that.
Q. I found it down bot here, but 64 damage stolen is able to rip through the Dark Willow's health pool.
Yeah, on to my point from before, do you think they're going to go for any kind of cute plays where Jackie, like, gets behind South Built more towards their base and then they fear them back into the Wukong's command?
That would be a really cute play if they do that. If they're able to pull that off, then I'd be pretty impressed. I mean, Motivate are quite the high-skilled team. You know, very individually skilled, but also just as a team. That's a whole different level in a game like Dota. So, if anyone could do it, I would not be surprised at Motivate.
Jackie's number 2 on the leaderboards right now, only behind Savage, I believe.
That's crazy. Who's third, do you know? Oh, Zenki. Might be in trouble.
Smurf is third.
And like, how can someone actually be that good at Dota? Like, it blows my mind. He's got first rank and third rank. What?
Fearless is 19th, so he's no slouch either.
Just goddamn Mastros, that battle he needs to keep up. Top. Jackie's gonna fall here. Great rotation from Mob, putting a little bit of pressure on Jackie's lane. Lion Axe a little bit too late with that shield. He still might get a return kill with a pop, and the tower right clicks, and he will.
And this is what you need to be doing when you're playing as this Viper, making as many rotations as you can. Has he gone into the Boots of Travel? I think that's where he needs to go. I mean, it's only 6.5 minutes in, probably too early to be thinking about it, but I think you just want to be as mobile as possible, you know? And trust that your team is going to prevent you from dying.
On bot lane. Bart's in trouble here. Curse Crown sets up to the Vortex Dragon from Fearless. He's also got a double damage rune. So they get a big kill on a Bart's Razor, who was being an incredible nuisance to the Tidehunter lane.
And this is gonna, I'm sure this is gonna mess with you as well as me throughout this game. I see Enryu, I'm like, oh no, they're moving one of their cores to be able to make this happen. But no, it's the position 4 Sand King with the Mirana farming up here.
Is there any real game reason they would be doing this? Or is it just last game, frick it, why not?
Could be. Maybe just saying, look, they've done a good job with your supporting so far. Maybe reward him with a little bit more of a farm priority.
Fearless.
Nice use of the acorn.
They can get the kill before extra damage, and Ryu finds the burrow. Unfortunately, no Ravage, so MG.Trust is not going to have this massive crowd control, so Storm can disengage. The Bard's going to swing on over, but Zenki kind of has to run back towards the Razor so he can push away the aggressive front and Motivate, and that he will.
Able to get on away.
Okay, well,
it wouldn't be a Southfield game without a lot of kills, though, right?
Yeah,
It's
they
15 already, 8 minutes in.
Might be another one. Oh.
Not onto the tower. I don't think even them. I say that, but they're just gonna go for it.
Over here now.
Without the static click,
Radiant
though, like
structures
that's
are fortified.
quite odd to me.
Dire's
Back
top
up and
tower
available
is
now.
under attack.
Gush slow. Q. TP's down. A Bart has gone way too aggressive for this. Fearless is able to zip in. Can he tank up the sharpshooter? He can. And now Zenki has to run into a bramble, otherwise he won't be able to escape back to safety. Fearless, he used that regen, so should have still
Dire's middle tower
plethora
is
of
under
mana
attack.
to use to be able to pick up a killing spree here for MG.Trust.
It's good use of that regen too. He made sure to use it as the Acorn was in the air, so gets disjointed, stops bouncing around to the rest of the team.
Here I am.
Dire are
Some
scanning.
more high individual skill plays coming out from Motivate.
Shadows
As the
take
9-minute
us.
mark comes up, we hear a
Radiant's
Moonlight
middle
Shadow being
tower is
used.
under attack.
Who are they going to be able to find?
And this is scary as well, because Fearless might actually run into them. Oh, no. Lionax is in a pretty good position, but the burst is too much for him to close the distance there. So I was just going to say Storm Spirit was doing really, really well in a
Radiant's
losing
bottom
lane that
tower
is the
is under
Viper.
attack.
But you see, if you don't prioritize his camps back in the jungle, then he's still able to flash farm with all these bottles that he can pick up, you know, the water rune, the bounties constantly.
Absolutely, and it's clear they're just going all in on the early game right now. It's somewhat working. I'm kind of surprised with how many return kills they've been able to get on Motivate's side, but item that we haven't seen in a long time, the drums being purchased up by a bar. They're just going to try and group up, come together.
At least we're not stuck in coid.
Fearless. Just trying to stop these towers from going down as well, I suppose.
Drums. I don't really see this item too much on a bar. Okay.
Yeah. I mean, if you're going to group up and press together as a team, it's exactly what you need.
Double
More
damage.
attacks on the Viper means that, you know, those poison attacks start to stack up a little bit quicker. It's already going into the Dragon Lance. That's going to make him pretty effective at right-clicking. So, Fearless, I'm sure his priority is going to need to change to being able to lock down Marb.
Cannot be.
It's gonna fall. Very nicely done, Q. With that Bedlam, Fearless has got so much magical burst early on as well. Just 10 minutes in, and you see how close he is to the Orchid as well. Already in Oblivion. Oh, he's got the Fairy's Trinket.
Radiant are
We
scanning.
were speaking about the tier 1 neutral items for Intel spammers last series when Fearless played this disgusting Storm Spirit, and he gets another great item.
Gonna go and check about any sort of stacks that might be going on. Smoke pops and Zenki, he's gonna be the one going down for it. Doesn't stop the stack though, so mission accomplished. Although Fearless might just go and take it.
Yeah, they can't really contest the Ancient stack, unfortunately. Hyde's not in quite the position to do so. They level 8, and he's also playing around down bot.
I'll take the double hard cap.
Then
MG.Trust. On the outskirts of Enryu is that Sentry. He's got the Ravage. T1 tower. He's able to get it off fast enough for the rotations. There we go. Ravage drop. Even clips Marb. So MG.Trust is back to safety, and they're going to try and look to turn. Boundless just sets up on one. They need the extra control to lock him inside. The Wukong's instantly Radiant. They disengage, getting outside of the Monkey Ultimate. They're still going to end up losing Enryu. And they got a long zip in forward from Fearless as well. Marb got a hard health to work with. Drops the ultimate. The Acorn as well, but it's off the mark with the Bushwhack. Now Motivate need to think otherwise if they want to continue pushing forward. Needs to terrorize back up, and that will come through in the nick of time. So Motivate back off to that tier 1 tower, and back to farming we go.
Lost a lot of time away from this Motivate roster as well. And in the meantime, Samael, he was pushing out the top side. Just wanting to nuke it in as quickly as possible. Does anyone even have a TP to come up to this top side? Just the Tidehunter and the Dark Willow. Which, you know, maybe Tidehunter could do it, considering he just used the Ravage. Yeah.
Dire's top tower is under attack.
Give me that farm. Ah, I missed one of the creeps under the tower. God damn it.
He's no Jackie.
Nah, no Jackie. He doesn't know how to farm under tier 2. That's how Jackie is a... How much MMR is he? 12k plus?
Yeah.
That's, yeah. You, at that stage, you even have to practice at CSing under a tier 2 tower 2 minutes into the game. Guys in chat, that's how you get on their level.
This one simple trick
Yep.
will shock you.
That one simple trick to get 12k. That's how we get the clickbait going.
Now we just need our reaction faces for the thumbnail and we're good.
I did hit.
Alright, we'll sort that out after this. Zip in. Sanking. They're going to jump on him first. It's a lot of the control, but Tidehunter break from the Nether Toxin along with the Sharpshooter. A 1-for-1 trade. The beefy Tide now not giving Motivate a front line to protect this tier 1 tower. And a great use of the group up from Southfield. That drum's completed. Barb with the Dragon Lance as well. So they are in a very powerful position right now from Southfield. And let's see if they look to continue playing like that.
They will, but at least they'll have the return ability of the Diffusal Blade now on Jackie. Previously, people, when that Wukong's was popped, they just run away. He's going to be able to prevent that on at least one hero. So that's going to be nice for Motivate's hopes.
Take us.
Can they get an arrow in onto somebody?
And Ryu's gonna scout out that the Moonlight's going on. So actually mass TPing down bot and trying to bait around the sentry. But that sentry's not at a perfect spot of the high ground point. Fearless, Zip, he still actually gets clipped. Ravage, Terrorize.
Nice Ravage.
Onto a carpool. It's gonna give Fearless enough opportunity to be able to zip back to safety the T1 tower. But Dire, they haven't got enough kills here to start with a lot of their ultimates forced out. Mild with the haste, gonna be able to continue to chase Q down to the eastern side. So 1-for-1, Fearless. They still got a decent amount of mana to be able to brawl here with the Orchid. How deep are they looking to go from Southfield? But this Link is about to expire once again. Storms for it, zip into the Burrow Strike, but it gets back to safety. Stun is there along with the Sharpshooter. Point blank finds the kill. Zenki, great snipe from him, is going to be able to net them a second kill down bot.
Dire's bottom tower is under attack.
Gotta be careful with where this courier is sitting right now on the Tidehunter. Didn't end up delivering his 4-star into the middle of that team fight, so... Well... He's going pretty well for Southfield. That's 2 somewhat poor Wukong's commands used. And importantly, he's only level 10 right now on Jackie. I'm normally used to see him at least level 13 by this point, but for whatever reason, he feels like he needs to join in the rest of his team. It's not like you're lacking the mobility on Fearless, so I'm not quite sure why. Just toss him in onto the front lines. He's playing with pretty high amounts of aggression. That's because he's got Lionax backing him up every time.
Sure, that one up.
Poor
That's
Zenki.
what you get.
See you, Zenki.
Dire's middle tower is under
To see
Gold
even
is a great
Mastros is going into the blink, so I mean he's already been able to get some pretty solid ravages off. Does it feel like he needs a blink though this game because of how heavy of a lineup that Radiant need to commit into the middle? Top lane, Jackie actually. He can't treat Ents away now, and he can't TP out either. As, well, he was probably going to win the 1v1, but unfortunately it's not a fair fight with Mob coming on over.
Going to be able to take out this Observer Ward, so Vision going more in Motivate's favor. He takes out the Sentry, smoke up, and trying to make magic happen straight on back to them, knowing that the Eye of the Storm's on cooldown, having just been used to take out Jackie. With the smoke being caught, Zenki actually going in, trying to secure this one for them.
Oh, he didn't get the Observer Ward. Oh, he did. Okay, it's worth his life. That was his life mission there. As long as you get the Observer, 166 gold that he got for it, and gave up 253 though.
Who was it last time
Dire's
that
top tower is
spent
under
way
attack.
too long going for their
Radiant's
Blink
middle
Dagger as a
tower
position
is under
4?
attack.
Was it Samael when he was playing it?
For what's this, sorry?
the last Pos 4 Sand King that we saw, and I was getting a bit annoyed that they weren't putting more farm into it.
Oh, that's right.
Or was it Hyde?
It was Hyde, yeah. I think we've only seen Boom play it so far.
Yeah. So, I mean, at least this time they've put a bit more of the farm priority into Enrique. You know, he's picked up a decent timing. He's still gonna die because he's got no more saving items, but you've got the potential to take a good team fight.
Yeah, unfortunately, it's too late. You've just got BKB completed on the Razor, but without that blink on Sand King, it might cost him. He's got a TP in the middle, and if he gets locked down once, they want to drop the Ravage. It's a bit too late now. Force not going to get enough distance, so Bart will plan the kill on Masteros. Not down just yet, but he soaked up 148 damage, and Motivate, do they look to reset? Fearless actually going to jump back through. He destroyed the tree from Fearless, so Jackie needs help. He'll get a little bit coming through thanks to the shield, dropping the Wukong with the bonus arm, but they already got so much magical damage with the poison attack. Finding all of the damage, and it's a double. They'll bring down 3, tipping over Jackie as well. That's kind of the awkward thing about the Storm and Monkey King combo, that you can get rid of those trees and it can cost you a fight.
You could be as good at you as they are at teamwork, but I mean, you're not going to say, I'm going to zip to the right, don't jump into the tree, right? Like, that's just one of those unlucky things that happens in these team fights. They've got the haste as well. See if they're trying to get in onto Fearless. He knows that you've got the Sand King.
And Ryu, very nicely done. Zenki with the chain lockdown, epicenter burst, it's all there. A big kill on Fearless's Storm Spirit. A Bart is dominating this game.
He is. I mean, they drafted very winning lanes. That's the difference. You know, Southport playing into their strengths. Still the issue of scaling, though. You know, these drums, only 2 charges left, already 1 use of that BKB. And really, well, I suppose Monkey King hasn't got too much in the form of scaling items. He's fallen 2 levels behind a Butt as well. So are they going to be able to get the high value kills here on Motivate to be able to deal with it? Masteros nearly having the Blink Dagger. So I think that's it. Motivate, they've never really taken a fight on their terms just yet. It's always been them getting run into, you know, the occasional pickoff, and they're still doing a decent job at it, considering how, you know, hero advantageous Southbuilt are so far. But now with this Blink Dagger, they can make a play happen. Level 2 Ravage, still got that Orchid completed on Fearless. So, who can they pick off at the start of these engagements? Viper's the one for mine.
Uh-oh, he's gonna show now with another Toxin. It is daytime, so Mob's gonna see Monkey King stalking him, but a Boundless is not perfectly combined with the Terrorize, so Mob actually makes away, and that's Wukong's used too.
No damage.
And are they actually gonna bait the Arcane?
Radiant are scanning.
They know.
Oh, he's on the high ground.
Henry.
Okay, what's the range?
Could be good. Just, really? They didn't go for that.
Zip in. Doesn't get the initial damage. Fearless gotta be careful because the backup's coming. They're gonna be careful about the Burrow Strike. Where's the Aphotic Shield? Instantly purges off the stun, so Fearless gonna be able to zip away, but a Ravage is completely wasted as well. As a Bard on the Razor is gonna push Motivate further and further back to the safety of the tier 2 tower. You gotta keep in mind that the Wukong is also still on cooldown. Curse Crown's out, but they've lost 2. Sharpshooter from downtown gets the break, but a nice dodge in the damage from Jackie. But
Double stun.
a double Burrow Strike, finding both. You're diving past the tier 2 onto potentially the tier 3, and they won't go that far.
Yeah, realizing that Fearless got away, had the big zip from the fountain available. So, you know, just things just more and more eking in the favor of Southport in what could be a very unlikely result. Could they take a win away from one of the top teams in this tournament for their first win?
Let's go South. Bill.
Yeah.
No cast.
I'm liking the cast range increase. Yeah. Hey, I got the Motivate voice lines, alright? I'm just... You gotta cheer for the underdog. And finally, they're able to get the kill onto this Mirana. I feel like it's kind of a poor showing, the fact that he's only died 3 times, considering his build, right? Power treads into the Yasha. Eventually, he's gonna have the Manta style, and, you know, he's gonna be totally fine to dodge out that Orchid. But you need to put a bit more attention into him before that point. So he's got pure damage so far.
There was another Wukong's as well used down bot. They did force a BKB on the Razor, so it's 6 seconds. getting lower and lower, which is going to make it that much easier to be able to kite a bot through these fights.
Dire's top tower is under attack.
Who they found? Oh, the solo kill. Q, can he do it? Onto the Razor?
Oh,
so close.
Radiant's bottom tower is under attack.
Shadow Realm kill?
Dire's top tower is
Wait,
under
what?
attack.
Run away.
Run away, little Q man, run away. This is all space.
Terrorize.
Things would catch
Oh.
I'm a little surprised he didn't do that inside
God,
the
I
Shadow
hate
Realm.
that little runt.
Dire's top tower is
He's got
under
the Ag
attack.
shot too, actually, for Q. Okay.
Oh, yeah, very nice. Especially against the Razor, right? And now that it's down to 6 seconds to BKB, you're going to have to be much more careful about your placement in these team fights. Importantly, Viper, 8-second BKB, was going to go into the, the Ag Scepter for himself, but changes things up. Getting the 4-staff, making sure he's able to stick onto whatever target that he gets with the Viper Strike. Might even be able to be used to combo together with the Razor. Make sure that static link gets full duration every single time. But importantly, much closer to the BKB now on Jackie.
Here I am.
We'll see in these team fights, is Marv able to get the Viper Strike in onto him and make that BKB much less useful?
Fearless, if he
Can they
goes
even
to
catch
farm the
Fearless
jungle,
here?
he's going to get caught.
They know he's
And
here.
Ryu charging it up. They'll have an extra follow-up stun with the arrow. And that's a lot of damage.
Still can't take Roche though. It's they need a full team fight victory before they can even consider it. Whereas, do we have any
Radiant's bottom
solar
tower
crests starting to
is
be built up
under
or
attack.
medallions? Nothing yet on Motivate's side at least. And those drums are gone now. No more drum charges. It's just the movement speed aura. Decent stats for the gold that you have to put into it, but certainly a little bit weaker now that those BKB charges are starting to wear off.
Wait, we might actually also see the Aghanim shot of the Mirana. That's kind of hype.
Sure.
Was it today we were? Yeah, I think it was
Radiant's
today we were
middle
bringing it up,
tower
right?
is under
Or
attack.
like,
Yeah, I said it's one of the worst in the game.
Dire's
Yeah.
top tower is
I'm
under
like, I
attack.
do still want to see it on a core.
Radiant
Maybe
are
if it was
scanning.
buffed up a little bit with like 1.75 crit instead. Jackie's got
Look at
Matros in the
BKB.
backline. Blink, Ravage
Ravage.
evading the Monkey King. Arrow misses as well. So Jackie's able to turn with the BKB, but Abad's got
Doing no
plenty of
damage.
damage stolen. Gets outside of the Wukongs. Fearless going to try and turn to deal with the support, so cancel the TP as well. With a 6-second BKB means that Abad is unable to get the protection. He still gets the kill on the Tide, and he might also kill off Q as well with the Eye of the Storm. Abad, he's being able to stand his ground in man fight. Arrow after the Eula. Samael's actually going to blink on forward. Jackie, great use of the mischief into the Vortex. Drag back. That's 3 down. It is a trade overall across the map, but Motivate, they keep Jackie and Fearless alive.
No Marb there is a huge deal. You know, they spent way too much time trying to get that one. It was finally a decent use of the Wukong's command. Man, I think, did Jackie get 3 levels from that single team fight? I think he did.
Dire's middle tower is under attack.
Let's see. Can't even, I missed the fight. Well, at least I didn't check the experience from the fight recap.
Dire's middle tower.
It felt
is
like he
under
was either
attack.
15 or 16 for mine. Like, when he TP'd into that, I was like, oh, he's only level 15 and he's ready to take this fight? I legit think it was 3 levels from all those kills that he was involved in, which is kind of nuts. I mean, he's come a long way back into this game now, getting the extra stats. More tree dance cast range is always going to be nice.
Production, run it back
bonus
for
armor.
us, please.
Chop, chop.
Oh my god, this production's sleeping.
Mm-hmm. Sells the Orb of Venom, buys up the Ultimate Orb. Gonna be nice for Jackie. A little bit more stats to be able to survive a lot of these engagements. They should be able to take this tier 2 tower top.
Dire's top tower
No
is
Ravage
under
yet.
attack.
I'm Mirana. It was good knowing you, but you are a core this game, keep in mind, for Samael. And he gives away
Radiant
348 gold
structures are
to
fortified.
Fearless' Storm Spirit.
Dire's top
The double
tower
damage,
is under
Lincoln's
attack.
completed, working to the Aghanims. We're going to have another brawl up top. This time it's without a
Dire's
bar.
top
He's going to
tower
try and
is fallen.
TP in. They've got the... actually, they don't have the outpost control, so Bart's not joining them. Mastros, frontline, Ravage still on cooldown. Terrorized, but Marl pops the BKB, looking to try and retreat away. Oh, Zenki. It's so
Radiant's
annoying
courier
to get this
has been
hoodwink.
killed.
I hate that. Stupid little furry. but he's able to get away. He's got the +8 armor, huh? It's okay.
Yeah, they got the Gosh. I mean, Monkey King is a lot of physical
Dire's
damage as
bottom
well.
tower is under attack.
But do you feel like you had to go full damage this game?
Yes. I mean, maybe they're worried now that the BKBs have started to come out for Motivate, but actually it's only
Dire's
on
bottom tower
Jackie,
is
and it's
under
already level
attack.
6 seconds, so... I don't know, I feel like that Eye of the Storm interval's a bit of a mischance.
Dire's courier has
Good
been
wing.
killed.
Ripped apart.
Dire's
They're
bottom
very
tower
split.
is under attack.
South built, they don't have the numbers advantage as well. Ravage, pump fake apart. Finally, BKB pop. Locks onto the Tide Hunter target. If he can bring him down before the Ravage, which he will be able to do so.
Misplay.
But now their BKB has completely expired. Orchid's out. Are you able to man fight in Vortex? Drag back. Hold them inside the Wukong with the Curse Crown as well. Bramble, Maze, this pop. Mob, there's nothing he can do. He'll try and retreat with the BKB, but Motivate are able to surround him and continue to chase further and further on. So Shadow Realm help finish it. Fearless gets 664 gold. And they're not even
They've
done.
found this Mirana here. Gets rooted up. Gonna get rooted again.
No, Mirana. Just looking to push out the lane.
Dire's bottom tower is under attack.
Yeah, that Ag Shard, I don't know if it's gonna come. He's been sitting on this Blade of Alacrity for quite some time, wanting to go into the Diffusal Blade, of course. It's gonna be nice if he eventually hits level 20 with the Mana Break. Just constantly draining mana, of course, with the Manta style as well. It's finally a tier 1 tower taken. Let's go, Motivate. Taking some map control. Wait, Zanky's just sitting right here.
FP Blind Axe needs to be able to get it ranged. Lincoln's popping the damage. It's not enough.
Oh, the bounce.
Oh my lord. What a madman. And Ryu? He used himself, Blink. In fact, let's just use the Burrow. It now means they can't continue to catch. He's able to blink on 4, BKB pop. Jackie actually gets forced back to a bar. Stolen 68 damage. And he's going to use all that damage to get the kill on MG.Trust. They might even be able to get Lion Axe as well if someone can link on. Okay.
Chaotic. Let's him
Wow,
blink.
great use of the Aphotic there. Gets tired. Surely he doesn't make it away. Okay, he doesn't. They've got to use to counter. The tip from Marv as well is like, all right, we let you out lucky this time. They're caught in the river. Bob, he's in trouble. They even dropped the Ravage from MG.Trust, but it gets a double clip on Enryu's Sand King. 4-star fuels available too, along with the Burrow. With the Curse Crown stun, the Bramble lock, it's plenty.
He's just slowly tilting more and more in Motivate's favor because of the potential for scaling that you have with the Boundless Strike. You can just see starting to ramp up a little bit, that Eye of Skadi available as well, and 30 minutes in, it's quite a late timing for this first Roche attempt. I was thinking, oh yeah, let's see, who's gonna get the shard from this? And I was like, oh, it's first Roche. God damn.
Raven setting up down bot.
Roshan has fallen.
Got a tower to TP to, that makes it a little bit difficult. Terrorize.
Come in here, he's got the tail end of the Arcane Rune.
Fearless as well with the Aegis. He does not give a damn about taking the fight. I mean, he might lose the Aegis. Acorn shot, not enough damage.
The illusions, not doing enough. And he's going straight into that Aghanim Scepter as well here on Fearless. He's got enough. Korea's already going out to the shop, so he hasn't had much item progression for what seems like quite a while, but now it's going to ramp up pretty severely. You talk about those poor Wukong's commands so far, not going to be as big of a deal, especially if you can catch it between the BKB usages coming out there from South Build. They're going to need to be on the money.
Do you see that the Abaddon has the shard?
It's kind of cool.
Yeah. Are you a fan of this? Where we're rating the shard?
Dire's bottom tower is under attack.
C.
C? Okay.
Yeah.
Nothing
No
can
explanation,
stand
just
in
a C.
my way.
I feel like the Miscoil... Oh, sorry, yeah, the Miscoil and Aphotic Shield cooldown is a big thing. Like, I don't know if you really care about the Curse of Avernus. Maybe
No.
when the slow's nice, getting the stack, but yeah, it's like you have a 5-second cooldown on your shield,
Yep.
which lasts for 15 seconds as well. That's really not the point. It's mainly just a hard dispel.
And Lionax's positioning has been good, as always. Wants to have the bullwhip for the mana regen, as well as just always being able to make sure that he's in position to either whip himself, whip the Razor, whip Jackie, so that effectiveness of the static link is nullified as much as possible.
It's a BKB TP out again. They don't have an instant stun.
What are they going for here? Henryu?
Goodbye, sir. Burrow strike.
Stun.
Force. Everything. And oh, he doesn't make it on the high ground. The mob still's going to look to turn. BKB, Hurricane Pike. Jackie stacking up the poison attack. He's got Lionax nearby. But without the Sand King stun, they will not be able to punish Motivate for being just a little tad split.
And we were talking before about how Jackie was nowhere near as farmed as he normally is. But as a Razor, surprised he's sitting this high up on the net worth still. And that's going to be enough for him to finish up his AC, which is quite nice, but not if an engagement happens before you're actually able to group up as a team. With Zenki dropping down again.
Knackered.
Nearly level 25 on this Monkey King now.
Is anyone else close? Razor's the second highest. Okay. 23. What do we feel? Is it the attack speed? We'll probably see from a bot.
Radiant's bottom tower is under attack.
I don't know. That Eye of the Storm target. Nah. I think attack speed is good. Just constantly chase up, particularly Jackie, so that even the BKB TP away might not be enough. The stun actually connecting in onto Jackie from a long-range arrow. It was just launched out there by Samael.
Jackie was just texting Lionax. He's like, making sure you're in the right position always. It's kind of hard when you got Tree Dance, but you know, you still expected. Like Lionax, you got to have Blink, Force, Yules, all these items for positions that keep up with Jackie.
Look, if my carry did that to me, I'll be like, don't do that.
Just
Don't
ate
do
the
that. If
arrow
you do
now.
that again, I'm not doing anything for you.
Take us.
Smoke? I don't know how you kill Lionax, and it's actually going to cost Marauder his life. Ripped apart from all the damage. Stuck in the bramble, protected for a short duration thanks to the moonlight, and they're unable to continue to control him. But meanwhile,
feed it
BKB in the
back in.
backline apart. He's lost the magic immunity. They'll rip him apart, force off as well. Monkey's still out of the Wukongs. He's trying to play around with Mischief. Now he's got the Jingu stacks to get him back to safety. Fearless will lose the first life of the ages, but he's still able to come back with full health and full mana to catch anyone who's caught out of guard. Which might be Zengi if he can predict, but Q? He ain't going in. So a 3 for the ages, I believe. Yes, that's all.
Yep. Lionax as well. He's holding onto a salve, sitting at pretty low
Radiant's middle
HP at the
tower
moment.
is under attack.
Again, another nice positioning there. They finally got that little cute combination that we were talking about. The Terrorize feared the Razor
Radiant's
back
middle
into the
tower
Wukong's
is under
command.
attack. Radiant structures are fortified.
What is...
Radiant's middle tower is under attack. Radiant's middle tower.
He's on the hunt.
Yep. Aghanim's blink forward. Q. Well, there's the instant lockdown that we were looking for. Q's already got a hex. He's 16, 7, and 14. Oh my lord.
Dire's structures
Higher net
are
worth than
fortified.
your offlane
Radiant's
Marana
bottom tower
is
under
actually even
attack.
higher
Than
than
your
your
Tide Hunter.
Tide too. MG.Trust did
Radiant's
have a
middle
hard
tower
lane,
has fallen.
so
Speaking of the Tide, we've got an
Radiant's middle
Arcane Blink
barracks are
coming
under
out to
attack.
him. With the
Oh.
Ravage off cooldown. Even a regen rune on the top side of the river. Don't think Fearless has spotted it though.
does it make the tentacles any faster?
Stupendous.
Radiant's middle barracks.
That'd be kind of
Good
cool.
question. Not sure. I do like the additional Wukong's command ring, right? Like you can get your damage drained up, but you know, the monkeys are still going to be hitting you pretty damn hard. The Stone Boys.
Radiant are scanning.
Scan connects. They're away from Jackie, but he can link up with the team very fast. Fearless, smoke pops, instant, drag into the vortex, stuns on 2, terrorize follow up as well. Nashor's counter initiation with the backline Ravage onto 3. A beautiful start to the fight. They're going to try and punish Fearless, who's completely out of mana with a TP out, forced up away, Mob unable to bring him down. And now with BKB's about to extract a great
nice
bow
stun.
strike. Stun follow-up as well, but Jackie is going to be able to get the BKB off and finally with the Wukong thanks to Ryan
damage.
Axe's positioning. And they rip apart Southport. There's a couple buybacks that are getting forced out, but Enryu, he had a great follow-up on the bow strike, but unfortunately the damage just wasn't there because of the Abaddon effect. You're unable to kill him, and it means you're unable to kill the cause as well. Samael is going to get caught out. Q, wicked sick right now on your Dark Willow, and Jackie's looking to push on forward for more. He can't lock onto Zenki, but why not get a better target in Mob's Viper? Now finally Bart's going to come back, get involved here. Stilling up a lot of damage, but the BKB being on cooldown, they'll hex him the once, they'll lock him down twice with the Bramble. Curse Crown follow-up, half HP, no HP, and they call it before he even dies. They've had enough. Unfortunately for Southbuilt, they will be unable to win one game in the group stages.
They were going for the nobody beat Southbuilt Esports 14 times in a row, but unfortunately that is the case. A good, strong early game. The win probability was actually in their favor at around the 25-minute mark, but as soon as you lose those drum charges, as soon as those BKBs are down pretty damn low, and, well, Jackie finally decided, you know what, I am gonna farm. He even got a Penta-Edge sword right before that last team fight, which just doesn't seem fair as when you're playing against a Monkey King. But unfortunately, the winless stay winless, and Motivate, they move up to, I believe, 10-2 so far. So really cementing themselves at the top of the leaderboard with only one series left to play in the group stage so far. So you would have to think that they're almost secured. I think Omega would need to win every single one of their games tomorrow, and they're going up against Boom and Galaxy Racer to even tie with Motivate. So I'll say Motivate's guaranteed as one of those top 4, so congrats to them. But we've got 1 day left of Doto, and they're 4 pretty good matchups, like all across the board.
Crazy good matchups. Like we got Neon taking on SMG to start. Currently that's 4th versus 6th. Then Motivate versus SMG, so 1st versus 6th. And then Boom versus Omega, which is 2nd versus 5th. And then Galaxy Racer versus Omega, which is 2nd versus 5th as well. So you take a look at that. That is like, whew. And the fact that SMG are currently in 6th position, like heading into it, the star power they have on that roster, but it just really goes to show how deep the player pool and team pool is in Southeast Asia. Like these are all the teams that didn't make it to the major, but we're still seeing some crazy Dota.
We are, for sure. If you asked me beforehand, I probably would have put SMG like at best 5th. Sorry, at 4th, at worst 6th. So they're in the little window. Nothing's too out of the ordinary. I suppose Galaxy Racer might be overperforming a little bit from the expectations. They've really come together as a team. They're taking games off the likes of Neon. They're 2-0'd SMG already. And I believe they won 1 against Boom as well. So pretty decent start for Galaxy Racer, and they're not done. You know, they're going to be looking to 2-0 Omega if they can in the last series of tomorrow. But once again, that's all for us tonight. Thank you very much, chat, for tuning in. We really do appreciate you listening in to the casts. We hope you enjoyed. We hope it was informative and fun and engaging. Hopefully your predictions went your way as well. And I hope you you learned some more corny jokes at my expense.
Yeah, well, I think everyone just comes for the corny jokes. That's it. That's why everyone's here. It's just listening to us. It's all you providing the dad jokes, and yeah, that's going to be it for us tonight. We got 1 more day left here of the LootBet Pro Series Season 6. Again, 4 incredible series tomorrow to out around the group stages. We'll see how the bracket is going to be finalized around this time tomorrow. So tune back in tomorrow, last day for the LootBet Pro Series Season 6, and we'll see you all then.